Hey everybody, Matthew Stenzel here, and I'm going to be showing you a homemade board game that I made a few years back. It's called Redwood Highway Race. The game board path starts in Reading and ends in Arcata. The start space has my best drawing that I can do in a small space of the Sundial Bridge. Anyway, so yes, the game board path is basically Highway 299. And if you've ever been on Highway 299 between Reading and Arcata, you'll definitely know for sure that it's a curvy highway. So, yeah, so here's a couple other parts to the game. I have here a regular number die, and it's another number die, but I drew the Highway 101 sign for north and south, because what you do at the beginning of the game is you roll this, and whichever one you roll, whether it's Highway 101 south or Highway 101 north, that will be your destination of where you have to try to end up at the end of the game. So you'll see it more later on on how to play the game. But when you land here on exact count, then you roll this to see if you get whichever you rolled at the beginning of the game. If you do, then you win the game, and if not, then you go to this space and try again on your next turn by accessing the loop and eventually getting back onto the end 299 space to try and win. Okay, so I guess let's start. I have here a yellow and blue pawn, so we'll start with yellow. So yellow will need to get to 101 south at the end of the game, and blue will need to get, oops, that landed on north at the end of the game. So yellow south, blue north. Now we're going to find out what game pawn will go first. So whichever one gets the highest number starts the game. So yellow gets 2, blue gets 5. So 5 is higher than 2, so blue's going to start the game. We'll put this off to the side until later. Blue starts out the game by getting a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yellow gets a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue gets another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here's a landmark space that blue landed on. It says, "You are at the rest area in Douglas City and forgot to go before the trip. Roll on number 2 so you'll feel better." And yes, that's my best drawing of a toilet. Okay, so what this means is if blue rolls a 2 on any of his next turns, then blue can go back onto the highway and continue on with trying to get to the end. But if I roll 2 and he's able to do that, it won't be until his next turn that he'll be able to continue on. So I have the space, or the game pawn, on the space off to the side until that happens. All right, so now we have yellow to take a turn. That was 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's see if blue can get out. Yes! Number 2. Okay, so now yellow's turn. Ooh, 2. 1, 2. Blue's turn. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, another landmark space. This one says, "You are accused for stealing an artifact at the Jaws house in Weaverville. Roll number 3 to show everybody you are innocent." All right. Yellow's turn. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty. Let's see if blue can roll a 3. Lucky. Alright, so now yellow's turn. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. Yellow gets on a landmark space. It says, Highway 299 has a rock slide obstacle in Junction City. Lose your next 2 turns. So after yellow loses the second turn, I will move yellow back onto the game board, and yellow can proceed and hopefully win the game. All right, blue gets a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And blue gets to go again because this is going to be yellow's first turn that gets missed. So blue's going to go again. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Past the rock slide, yes. So this is going to be yellow's second turn to miss. So yellow will be able to go on the next turn. So now blue goes again. Whoop, got my foot. 1. And now yellow can go. 3. 1, 2, 3. Blue gets a 2. 1, 2. Yellow gets a 1. And on the regular spaces, only one game pawn can occupy the space unless it's a landmark space. All right, so now blue goes. It's like they're playing leapfrog. Yellow gets a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue gets a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yellow gets a 1. Uh-oh. People don't believe you saw Bigfoot in Willow Creek. Roll a 5 to get them to stop protesting. Or roll a number 5 to get them to stop protesting. All right, so I guess yellow's going to be staying there until a 5 is rolled. Blue's turn. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if yellow gets a 5. Not quite. Blue gets a 5, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yellow gets a 3. Blue gets a 5. And you have to get onto this space on an exact count, so blue would need 1, 2, 3 spaces, and 5's too high, so now we're at yellow. Nope, that's not a 5. Blue's turn. 6, that's too high. Yellow got a 3, and that's not a 5, so back to blue. Nope. Nope. Now we're on blue's turn. Nope. Yellow's turn. Nope. Blue's turn. Yep. 1. Yellow gets a 2. That's not a 5. Blue gets a 2. Okay. So 1, 2. We're on the end 299 space. So now blue has the chance to get 101 north and win the game. So let's see if this is what blue gets. Here it goes. Oh. Yes. 101 north. So blue won. I'm going to Crescent City. Yay. Well, let's see if yellow can get to the end. Come on, we need a 5. Okay, finally. 2, 1, 2. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't get a 1. Yes. Oh, wait. I think that's too high. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Too high. Too high again. Oh, I was afraid of that. This one says, the Mad River is rising due to feeling angry. Roll a number 6 to make it feel calm. All right, so let's see if I can make this a 6. Nope. Yes. Phew. All right. Oh, I forgot to move the pawn over off there, but that's okay. I got the correct number, so now yellow can finally continue on the board. 6, and that is obviously too high, so again, too high. That's good enough. 1, 2. So yellow needs to get a 2 to get to the last space. Too high. Ooh, just right. Goldilocks style. 1, 2. And 299. So let's see if yellow can get 101 south. If not, then I'll explain what happens next. 101 south, yes. So now yellow can come in second place and go towards Eureka. So if any game pawn doesn't get the correct 101 side, whether it's south or north, and they get the opposite one of what they needed, what would happen is the game pawn would move to this space, and that symbolizes the last exit, regular exit on 299, Giuntoil Lane, exit 1. So on their next turn, they would travel on this loop space that goes back onto 299, and then gets back to the end, and then hopefully the game pawn will have another opportunity to win the game. But anyway, yeah, that's basically it. Let me do move the camera around so you can see all the other spaces, like the landmark spaces that weren't landed on, so you can kind of get an idea of what else is on the board, so you can take a good look at it. Alrighty, well, I think that wraps up this video, and I hope you all have a good week.